All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Once again, this is Priest Desire One, back with another edition of Israelites in History. Now, what I want to do is I want to start off with a scripture, which this is a basic scripture that we all know, or basic point in the scriptures that we all know. But what I want to do is I want to show you something in this particular book here, which brothers have been bringing out. But I saw a clip of a video of the brothers in LA bringing this point out, and actually have the book. So I'm gonna do a video on it myself. And what I'm gonna show you in this book is the truth that the so-called Negroes or African Americans or blacks are the same exact people as the Native Americans and vice versa. All right, we are the Israelites, but we're of different tribes. Okay, but we are the Israelites, and the book of Deuteronomy is going to prove that via prophecy. Okay, so I'm gonna read this first verse here, which is this is from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, "These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab." Okay, so when you read in this book Deuteronomy, we understand that these are the words that Moses spake unto the children of Israel. Okay, and the children of Israel only. So this is why you gotta, all right, understand that this book, this Bible, all right, the Holy Bible, okay, is only for a particular nation of people. It's not for everybody. There are certain things written in this book that only the people that the book is written to is going to understand and get. Okay, so Esau isn't included in this. All right, now I'm not going to try to make this too long, so I'm going to jump to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right, and I'm going to get straight to the point. This is Deuteronomy 28. Start at verse 1. It says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day." Remember, he's speaking to the Israelites. "That the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth." So there's one race above another. All right, this is racism in the scriptures. Okay, it says, "And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power." All right, and it goes through the blessings. Now, when you jump to verse 15, it says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken or listen unto the voice of the Lord thy God or thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." So the Israelites had blessings and curses placed upon them based upon their taking heed of the commandments. All right, so when you jump down to the 68th verse, it says, now this is part of the curses. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." Egypt, when you go into Revelation 11 and 8, it talks about a spiritual Egypt. That's what this verse is talking about here. The spiritual Egypt, which is America. Okay, because every time you look on a dollar bill, all right, matter of fact, hold on one second. Salaki. All right. And when you look on the back of a dollar bill in the United States, you see what? All right, an Egyptian pyramid. And this is the place where Egypt was spiritually set back up again, and where the Israelites, these same people here, were put into bondage and slavery. Okay? All right? This is Egypt once again. All right? So when you go into 68th verse, Deuteronomy 28:68, it says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." It's talking about our homeland, the land of Israel. It says, and there, where? Right here in the United States of America, there. Okay? All right? These people. All right? It says, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, which are slaves. Okay? And no man shall buy you or redeem you from slavery. No man is going to redeem us out of slavery except for who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, which is Yahweh Shai. You know, you got these different, so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American leaders. You know, Malcolm X, Russell Means. Even these rappers like this guy, Nipsey Hussle just got killed for, supposedly exposing Esau's pharmaceutical companies and things like that. Doing a documentary on this guy, Dr. Sabi. And then he got shot. Well, that's this prophecy here. And no man shall buy you. So Nipsey Hussle wasn't set up to redeem Israel out of captivity and put us in a better predicament. These are the curses that the Lord placed upon us for what? For us breaking the, where it says here in chapter 29 and 1, the words of the covenant, okay? That us being children of Israel, we broke them. So therefore, we were sold into captivity and slavery over here in America. And no man, it doesn't matter what knowledge he comes with, or what understanding he comes with, he's not going to be able to buy us out of this captivity and save us and put us in a better predicament, economically, spiritually, or whatever, unless the Yahweh Shai out of the Holy Scriptures, the men set up that teach the Bible, okay, unless the Lord sets them up, which he has, which is the prophets of Great Millstone, okay, truth be told. All right. So now I'm going to jump into this book, Black Indians, all right, A Hidden Heritage, Black Indians by William and Maureen Katz. And I'm going to jump to chapter 2. All right. Let's see. Chapter 2. All right. This is chapter 2 on page 20, where it says they fled amongst the Indians. Okay. Let me get the point. Okay. Now it says here, this is page 22, which is the first foreign colony on U.S. soil. Okay. Now, it says here, in June 1526, Lucas Vasquez de Ayllon, a wealthy Spanish official in the city of Santo Domingo in Hispaniola, which is what you would call the Dominican Republic in Haiti today, it says, founded a colony at or near the mouth of the PD River in eastern South Carolina. Okay, so this is now up here in South Carolina, but he was from the island of Hispaniola. So it says, 6 decades before Roanoke Island, 8 decades before Jamestown, and almost a century before the Mayflower, landed at Plymouth Rock, Ayllon began his North American dream. Ayllon's effort has been overlooked, perhaps because most people prefer to believe that U.S. life began with the arrival of English-speaking Anglo-Saxons living under British law. Perhaps his settlement is neglected because of its tragic fate: death by mismanagement, disease, and slave revolt. Perhaps it is unmentioned because of its unique rebirth in the woods by people not considered a part of the white U.S. heritage. So this is basically going into the fact that the Native Americans were in slavery, okay, under this guy, Ayllon, Lucas Vasquez de Ayllon. That proves Deuteronomy 28. Okay? It says here, I'm going to jump down. It says, while failing to survey a site or build good relations with anyone, the two men captured 70 Native Americans and brought them back to Santo Domingo as slaves. The first European act on what is now U.S. soil was that of making slaves of free men and women. And how did they do that? They did that through slave ships. How else would they get from South Carolina back to Santo Domingo? Okay? All right? Now I'm going to jump to page. And this chapter pretty much goes into it. And this is page 26. It began with Columbus. Okay? Now it says here, it says, but Columbus, matter of fact, let me read this. It says, the Christopher Columbus, whose unique seamanship and courage had opened the Americas to European penetration, also began the transatlantic slave trade. When you think of that, you think of black people, right, from West Africa. All right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But it says this. He started by shipping 10 chained Arawak men and women to Seville, Spain. He wrote enthusiastically to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella about the business possibilities. And this is a quote. From here, in the name of the Blessed Trinity, we can send all the slaves that can be sold. Was he talking about West Africans? No. It says when he loaded 1,100 Taino men and women aboard 4 Spanish ships, not the scriptures say ships, the crowding and the stormy Atlantic crossing took a fearful toll. Only 300 survived, but Columbus and Spain had decided to continue the profitable slave trade from the Americas. Seville became the slave capital of Spain. So this proves that the Native Americans are also Israelites. I'm going to jump to page 27. It says, to meet their need for more laborers, Europeans looked next to Africa, which is where the other tribes were, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The strongest sons and daughters of Africa were seized in their homes or fields or purchased from local traders. They were packed into cargo ships and shipped across the Atlantic. Okay? So that's your transatlantic slave trade. And here you have the Native Americans and you have the Negroes, which goes back to Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. And with that, I'm going to say shalom. Hope this was edifying. Just want to make this quick. All right. We are the same people. The Native